Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a video of recommendations of romance books to get you out of a reading slump. That means that these books are addicting, fast-paced, they keep you interested in the plot and the characters in the story, and you literally won't want to put it down. And so I'm someone who usually does not get in reading slumps because I listen to a lot of books on audio, and I don't feel like I need to put it down because I constantly need to be listening to something while I'm doing things, and so I rarely DNF a book because I feel like I need to finish things, and so then I just move on to the next thing. I feel like I'm never like, I can't read for like a week straight or something. But I do understand that there are just some books that are different. They make you want to keep on reading. You are just totally invested in the story. You might like binge through the entire series because it's so addicting. So I have like 10 books that I want to share with you that will help you get out of a reading slump. But first, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Ana Luisa. I am a brand ambassador for Ana Luisa. I love working with them every few months, and I have some new pieces they sent me, and I'm so excited to talk about them and the current coupon I have for you. So they sent me 2 necklaces, which the thing I love about their jewelry is on the back they have 3 separate hoops or like circles that you can fit your clasp into. So these 2 necklaces are actually the same length, but I used the very first smallest loop on this one and use the last one on this one so I can make it look layered, and I love it. I love that you can choose the length of your necklace that you get from them. And of course I got some earrings, so I'll show you a little bit of a close-up. This earring does have like a chain on it, which I absolutely love, and I'm actually paired it with another earring that I got from them the last time I worked with them. I think the hoops together are amazing. I can't change this one out though because I got my ears pierced and I can't have any hoops in this third one for a couple more months, but I love the hoops paired on those. They're just so pretty. I really love their earrings. Their earrings are my absolute favorite. I love getting earrings from them. And then I also got 2 different necklaces. This one has like a flower on the inside of it, which I love, and then this one's a little daisy, and I think that they are just the cutest things. I know I'm like super close here. I just want to show you my necklaces. I think they are adorable. I really love the daisy especially. I just think it's so pretty, and it's like white and it has a little gem on the middle, and then the design of this is just really cute. I just love how it's like a little rose on the inside, or a tulip. I can't tell what kind of flower that is. It might be a tulip. I don't know. But I got these 2 so I could pair it with them together because they are like floral themed, but I really love the little chain on my earrings. I think that is so fun. So I am really excited to have these pieces from Ana Luisa. I love wearing their jewelry, especially their earrings, and I like to wear the necklaces to work. It makes my outfits a little bit more interesting, and the best part about Ana Luisa though is their sustainability. So they're celebrating their sustainability in September. They are 100% carbon neutral, which means they do offset all of their carbon emissions. In 2021, they became a carbon neutral certified company, so they are really passionate about sustainability and protecting the earth, and I just love that about their company, and I love being able to support them. All of their items start at about $39 and go up from there, so they're very affordable if you want to treat someone special in your life or treat yourself to some gorgeous pieces of jewelry. I've definitely treated my sister and my mom to them, and my sister gets excited whenever I get a new package from them, and she's like, when can I get some? And so it is a great gift to gift people of just great quality jewelry, and I love wearing it. So thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video, and definitely check them out. I do have a coupon code for you. Use the code LOVEBOOK10 to get 10% off your order, so that'll make things even cheaper for you if you want to gift yourself something or gift something for someone else. So make sure you go and check out Ana Luisa, link down below, and use my coupon code to save some money. On to the books I have to share with you. The first one is going to be actually a series, and that is the Maid of Steel series by Ivy Smoke. I listened to this back to back to back. I cannot finish series to save my life. I read one, I'm like, oh, that was good, and then I go and read like 20 other books and might go back to reading the next book of the series. But for this one, I literally listened to the audiobooks straight back to back to back. Like within 3 days, I read all 3 books. And these are more romantic suspense, and they're really good. They take place in college. I said this in my wrap up. I hate how the covers make them look so aged up because she's like 18 in this book. And the heroine loses her parents when she's young to an accident, and so she goes to live with her grandmother, and then her grandmother dies, so she's put in the foster care system, and she is treated horribly and is abused, and then she experiences a really, really abusive foster parent, and they get sent to jail, and then she has to go in the witness protection program, and she ends up getting a new life, a new name, identity, and goes to college in New York. She wants a normal life, so she meets a boy, starts dating him, but there's this like masked vigilante going around town, and he is really into her and like protecting her. And then someone from her past comes into the picture. So it is kind of like a love square where she has 3 different love interest options. It is not reverse harem, so she has to choose one, and she bounces back and forth between them, which is kind of annoying, but it's so addicting. The ends do end on cliffhangers, so make sure you're aware of that, but I could not put these down. Like, I had to figure out what was going to happen. Even though things got a little predictable by the end, they were so just addicting, and will definitely keep you out of reading slump because you just want to read them back to back to back. Then I have a historical romance, which is Ravished by Amanda Quick. I read this in a day because I'm annoying. Whenever I have a book club, I always wait for the last minute, and I read like 20 pages of this on Friday and had to read the rest of the 320 pages I had left on Saturday before my historical Hellions book club, and I did not dread it. I was like so into it and flying through it, and I was like smiling and laughing while I was reading it. It's so good. Our heroine is a paleontologist, so she's really into fossils, and she goes through these caves, and our hero is known as the Beast of Blackthorn Hall because people are terrified of him because of his reputation of a relationship he had in the past went really horribly wrong, and people blame him for it even though it's not his fault. And so our heroine asks for his help because she figures out that these people are hiding stolen jewelry and goods in these caves, and she's like, these are criminals, we gotta figure it out, and she's worried people are gonna try to steal her fossils too. And so she ends up asking him for help. He says sure, but don't get involved. She does, and end up being in a compromising position and have to get a marriage of convenience. She is so protective of him and his reputation. If people say anything bad about him, she like takes them down, and I love their banter and their communication with each other. It's 350 pages. Oh, 380 pages actually. I thought it was 350. I did not even notice. I just wanted to keep on reading. I was flying through this book. So if you love historical romances and want something to get you out of a reading slump, read this book. It's also got like action and intrigue because you're like, who are these people? What really happened with Gideon in his past? Like, that people all think of him, and it just like surprised me so much. Nothing was predictable. I was kept on the edge of my seat the whole time, and it was just amazing. Another book that I absolutely love that I read last month, that's a new favorite of mine of the entire year that I'm going to talk about in another video this week. It is Don't Kiss the Bride by Carrie and Cole. This book is a long audiobook. It's long. It's like 15-hour audiobook, so it's a long book, but I finished it within 2 days. I could not stop thinking about these characters, thinking about how much I love them, because it is a marriage of convenience age gap. She's 18 and he's like 34, I think, or 32. I don't remember how old. He's in his early 30s. And they get married, and it's because she needs health insurance. So know that going in that this deals heavily with an eating disorder. She was traumatized in her past, and she has a lot of issues with eating, and so she doesn't eat enough a lot of the time, and so she definitely needs medical care, and her home situation's not good, so she doesn't have medical insurance. And so he offers, they befriend each other and they become friends, and that's really it. They are just genuinely friends. He's not romantically interested in her whatsoever because she's 18, and he offers to take care of her and says like, look, if we get married, you'll be on my insurance, I'll know you're okay, and I'll feel better. And he's trying to make up for something in his past as well, and that's why he wants to take care of her, and they agree. And then it's slow burn friends to lovers, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I was devouring this every second. I just love this romance so much, and you'll be obsessed with the people too. Like I said, it's slow burn, but you won't mind the slow burn because the plot still moves along, and you're just going to be obsessed with the characters, so I loved it. The next is the first book in the series, and I need to read the rest because, like I said, I can't pick up books in series because I'm annoying, and it is 4 Psychos. This one is so good. It's reverse harem, but it's paranormal, and there's 4 guys, and they are like demon hunter slayer people, and she is a ghost, and she is in their home, and they can't see her. They don't know she's there. She can't communicate with them, and she has no idea who she is. She has like no memory of before she became a ghost. And like 2 years go by, and then someone tries to kill them, and she's able to finally like make noise and touch things. So they see her finally, and they're like, who are you? What is going on? And it is amazing. There's like a trial in here too that they all have to go on that she's kind of part of, and they want her, and she is terrified, but like in a I'm very interested and I'm terrified that I'm interested kind of way. And it is so entertaining, so fast paced. I was obsessed with this. I definitely need to continue on. I'm bad at continuing series and I really, really want to. And it definitely leaves you unsatisfied, as in like you have to know what happens next and you really want to read the next book and see where things go. And I was just obsessed. So you had to pick this up. Then one I have is because it was just like so hilarious and I just couldn't put it down, is Dial A For Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This one was just, our heroine goes on a date that her mother like catfished someone into going on with her. Her mom like posed as her on a dating app, and so the heroine's like, fine, I'll go, and she accidentally kills him. And so she runs home and she's like, oh my god, what did I do? Help. And her aunts and her mother help her with the body, and they all have like a wedding business. They all have different parts to do with the wedding, like photography, like cake decorating. I think one of them does makeup, and so they all have a wedding to go to that day. So they bring the body with them for some reason, and they're just like running around like crazy trying to like get this body, and it accidentally goes somewhere it's not supposed to. And then the person who like owns the hotel that this wedding is at on like this island is her ex, and she broke up with him, and there's still lingering feelings there. And so the romance isn't the central point, but this was hilarious. It was like watching a rom-com. Like, it was so funny. I laughed out loud so many times. I wanted to continue reading to figure out what happened next. I couldn't put it down, so I would definitely recommend this to get you out of a slump. Another historical romance I have literally is like a rom-com in historical romance format, and it's inspired by a rom-com movie, and that is While the Duke Was Sleeping by Sophie Jordan. This is inspired by While You Were Sleeping, the movie with Sandra Bullock, because our heroine works in a flower shop and she sees this duke come in all the time and she's like madly in love with him, but they don't really know each other. And so he gets into a carriage accident right outside the shop, and she's like, oh my god, I was gonna marry him. And they're like, oh, you're betrothed. And she gets like roped into his family thinking that she's his betrothed, and she kind of goes along with it because her sister needs a good match and she's taking care of her sister. And then she sees his half Scottish brother. He's Scottish, and they butt heads, but they fall in love, and it's so, so good. I love how much it was like the movie, because I love rom-coms like that, and so this one is just so fun and readable, and you'll just fly through it. Another one I have that I read last month is The Marriage Effect by Carlos Sorensen. I believe this is the last book in the series, but I read it as a standalone because I needed Logan's book. Logan is the brother of the Ward sister series. He's taking care of them, and we see him and his love interest in this book like married with kids in that book, and so I had to see their love story. And he's a football player. I love football player romances, and it's Marriage of Convenience, which I also adore. He needs to get married to show that he is a good fit to take care of his sisters, his half sisters, because their mom ran out on them, but his brother wants control over them. He wants like custody of them, and he's like, no, like, I'm doing my job, I can do it. But his brother's married, has a good job, and he's a football player, and so this girl is the best friend of the owner of the team that he plays for, and she like knows of him, and she ends up like having to go see him, like give him his phone or something for something. Like, they end up having to see each other, and then she needs a husband because she needs to get married to inherit money that was left to her, and they decide to get married. And so at first he's like, it's just totally platonic, like it's not gonna go anywhere, I need to be professional, like take care of my sisters. She's like, okay, but then sparks fly, and it is so fun how they fall in love with each other. I love this book so much, and this series, I think if you start this, you won't be able to stop reading this series, and the Ward sister series especially. Like, you will want to read everything Carlos Sorensen has written. Then another one that I recommend all the time, but seriously, this is the perfect series to pick up if you want to get out of a reading slump, and that is the Kingmaker series by Kennedy Ryan, specifically because it's a duet with a cliffhanger, like an intense cliffhanger. So you're gonna immediately want to pick up book 2, which I believe I read book 1 before book 2 is even out. So you're in luck. They're both out already. And this one though, you have to like romances that span a long time. Kennedy Ryan loves her romances that take forever. So they meet when she's in college and he's in his 20s, or maybe she's in high school. I don't remember how old she is. She's like 17 or 18 and he's in his early 20s, and he's like, well, this isn't gonna work. And he's really into her though. She is part Native American and she's protesting a pipeline going in, and his dad's company is putting that pipeline in. And so they end up being in jail together because he is trying to like help protect her from something. And so he's really like intrigued by her, but nothing happens, and then they meet again, and then they meet again, and they meet again. It's just like they keep on meeting, but sometimes it's not like the right time. And at one point he's like on an expedition in Antarctica and like fighting for his life, and I'm just like, I love this so much action and intrigue in here. And you have a lot of danger. Like, this is definitely more romantic suspense as well, and I absolutely loved it. I just like, I love when it takes forever for my couple to get together because there's so much angst in it. You know me, if they get together too early, I hate it. So these are amazing. You have to read them. Then another, I feel like romantic suspense are like really great to make you just really into the book. And so the other one I have is Private Eye by Katrina Jackson. This one I really love. Our hero is a spy and our heroine is a cam girl, and what's happening is her roommate's also a spy and works with him. She doesn't know that, but her like sessions, like the chat room, is being used by like really bad people to like set up times to meet with each other. And so the guy asked her for help to help them like trap these people and figure out where they're meeting. And so he has to pose as her boyfriend, and then they can get access to like all these things while her sessions are going on. And so that definitely creates a lot of tension between them because he's super into her and she's super into him, and they got to keep it a little professional. And then things get really intense at the end when it comes to the action and trying to catch these bad guys. And I thought it was so entertaining. I love a good spy romance, so I really love this one. And the last one I have is His Beauty by Jack Harben. This is a twist on Beauty and the Beast, and I thought it was so entertaining and so fun. I really liked how our heroine, like the dad's trying to get them food or something, so he breaks into the castle and she's like, oh my god, he's like kidnapped by the Beast, and so she goes to trade her life for his, like Beauty and the Beast. But the twist is the Beast stays a beast the whole time. So if you like those kind of monster romances, I think you would love this. I think it was a lot of fun. Jack Harben's writing is just so easy and fun to get into, and they're pretty quick. I don't think this was that long, so you'll definitely fly through this one. And those are my romances that I think will get you out of a reading slump. Let me know down below if you've read any of these, or if you have a go-to book or author to get you out of a slump. Let me know. Also, a big thank you to Ana Luisa again for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out their link down below and use my code. My code is LOVEBOOK10. Make sure you use that to save 10% on your purchase. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.